Joining us now, Mike McGuire, head baseball coach at Morehead State, after a dramatic 4-3 victory in 10 innings down at the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament in Jackson, Tennessee. And Coach, we'll open it up for questions here in a minute, but give us your overall thoughts after this exciting finish.
Well, we couldn't pitch much better, honestly. I thought Hump pitched well. You know, he elevated a couple balls. You know, the wind was blowing out, and they hit him out of the ballpark there, and I believe that was the fourth. You know, when they got the 3 runs, but they really, you know, didn't threaten much the rest of the game. We really did a good job. You know, Hump. You know, I thought as a club, you know, we had some first game jitters, you know, and that's part of tournament time, and you know, evidence Hump, you know, walked the first 2 guys, and I think only threw 1 strike, and but settled in, and you know, I thought he pitched well. Obviously, Cable came in and got some big outs for us, and then obviously Aaron, you know, got him out in order there, you know, in the 9th and the 10th.
How important was it from a mental standpoint that Luke get past the first 2 walks of the game? Because at one point there, to be honest with yourself, I mean, it looked like it was going to be a long afternoon, but he recovered nicely and got in a pretty good groove.
Yeah, he did. And you know, we've had some games this year where we've had rough first innings. For whatever reason, the first inning seems to be a little bit of a bugaboo for us sometimes. And for him to get out of that and not give up any runs gave us a lot of confidence, because you know, in tournament time, the runs are usually a little harder to come by. So to get out of there without a run was huge.
And then Aaron and Cable, you mentioned in the bullpen, you've had a lot of confidence in a lot of guys this year and used a lot of pitchers in regular season action. And I know if you're going to achieve your goal of winning a league tournament championship, you're going to need the whole bullpen to perform, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. And you know, I mean, in a perfect world, we hope to get 8 out of Hump today and maybe use 1 guy. But, you know, obviously, you know, Aaron's, you know, as important a guy as we've got in our pen, and Cable's our best left-on-left guy. And, you know, it's much easier to win this tournament by winning today, so we weren't going to hold anything back today.
Clayton Meyer didn't play a lot early in the season. We've talked about that before, but he had a couple of big run-scoring hits today. Just assess his performance and how clutch he was out of the number 8 position.
Good at bats. You know, obviously, to have the offensive year that our club has had, you know, it's not just 1 guy. You know, if you look at us, and you know, we're pretty tough 1 through 9, and you know, since you know, Steve-O's come back and you know, from injury to play 3rd, and Clayton's kind of solidified that DH spot against right-handers. It's just extended our lineup, and you know, we feel like we can beat you anywhere in the lineup. And if you look today, I mean, I know you know, Ryan Kent had 1 hit. I think, you know, Kane didn't have any hits, C-Rob didn't have any hits, and you know, Nick Newell didn't have any hits. So there's some big guys, you know, in a, you know, 1 through 6 that, you know, didn't have good days, but we still found a way to win. And that's credit to the depth of our lineup.
7th inning, your team tied the game. It was kind of a unique play, good baseball play by Robbie Spencer. First baseman for Tennessee Tech was trying to turn, I guess, a reverse double play, they would call it. Tagged the bag first, threw down to second on a tag play, and it looked like Spencer, from our vantage point, had a hook slide and he was safe and ended up being in scoring position and scored the tying run. Talk about that.
He did. It was a great slide. You know, it was just great baseball instincts right there. You know, a lot of kids would just slide right into the tag right there, and you know, the rally be over. But great heads-up play by Robbie, and that's why, you know, Robbie's not one of our swiftest of foot guys, but he's also a guy I don't pinch run for very often, just because, you know, I mean, he gets great reads off the bat. He's, you know, he runs better than what, you know, his 60 time will tell you, and he's got great instincts on the bases, and it showed up right there, and that's, you know, probably a difference in winning and losing a ball game.
You play the winner of Southeast Missouri and Belmont, the game here that starts at 7 o'clock local time tonight. But your thoughts on those 2 opponents and what your team needs to do to be successful?
Well, we've got to pitch well again. No matter who we play, we're going to be playing a quality club. You know, obviously, SEMO was regular season champs. You know, we know how good they are as a club, and you know, Belmont had their way with us when we went there this year. You know, I told Dave, you know, maybe they kind of got us going a little bit this year, because we, you know, came back from there. We were 3-6, and after getting swept there, and then kind of went on a run. So we're going to have our hands full with no matter who we play. I'm not really worried about who we play. I'm just worried about how we play. And I think if we pitch it well, and you know, we bring the bats, I think, you know, we got over that first game jitters and just relax and play and swing the bats. You know, I think you look there in the 8th and 9th, and 5 out of our 6 outs were punch outs, and we, you know, that's not us as a club. I joked with the guys, you know, I wasn't sure who I was watching there part of the game, you know, at the plate. So we got to come out and swing it like we're capable tomorrow.
I got one question. There were two plays defensively that seemed pretty big: the pickoff to first and the sliding catch Ryan had in center. How momentum shifting?
Well, the pick to first was huge because that was the inning they scored they'd already scored the 3 runs and had runner at first and nobody out. And Hump's got quick feet and he's picked several guys off this year. And it came in a big spot. And then Ryan Kitt's play, that was a great play because we had just moved him to left center. Great coaching on our part. Just moved him to left center, and he hit that ball, and as soon as he hit it, I said, we don't have anybody there. And just kind of was hanging, it hung on the air. It was a cold day, ball wasn't really traveling, and Ryan has good makeup speed, and it was a great job, making a nice catch, and we were fortunate to double him off right there, and that got the momentum. I think we're down a run, and we tied it there in the bottom half of that inning, and it was a big momentum shift for us. But it was a great college baseball game. Huge momentum shifts on both sides, and honestly, this is why you spend all year preparing for this atmosphere, because it's a fun atmosphere for the guys to play in.
And to finish the defensive theme, Kane Sweeney also saved a double, a hot smash to his left, and didn't have the greatest day at the plate, but still contributed from a defensive standpoint.
He did, and we've been a good club defensively all year. Especially Braxton's really solidified second base for us, and Alex, when he's been in the lineup, he solidified third base for us, and so we've been a good club defensively, and that's why I felt like here in a big ballpark, the pitching and the defense show up a little more, and especially the defense does. And I felt like this is a good ballpark suited for us. I feel like we can hit anywhere, and certainly we're going to have better results on the mound pitching here than at Sonny Allen.
Mike, congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Matt.